The Word with IcissRose. The Book of Exodus, Chapter 1. The Israelites oppressed.
Now these are the names of the sons of Israel who came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan and Naphtali. Gad and Asher. All the souls who came out of Jacob's body were 70 souls. And Joseph was already in Egypt. Now Joseph died, as did all his brothers, and all that generation. The children of Israel were fruitful and increased in numbers, and multiplied, and grew exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, who did not know Joseph. He said to his people, "Behold, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let's deal wisely with them, lest they multiply." And it just so happens that when any war breaks out, they also join themselves to our enemies and fight against us and escape out of the country. Therefore, they put slave masters over them to afflict them with their burdens. They built storage cities for Pharaoh, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and the more they spread. They started to dread the children of Israel. The Egyptians ruthlessly made the children of Israel serve, and they made their lives bitter with hard service and mortar and in brick, and in all kinds of service in the field, all their service in which they ruthlessly made them serve. The king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives, of whom the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, "When you perform the duty of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them on the birth stool, if it is a son, then you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, then she shall live." But the midwives feared the Most High God and didn't do what the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the baby boys alive. The king of Egypt called for the midwives and said to them, "Why have you done this thing and saved the baby boys alive?" The midwives said to Pharaoh, "Because the Hebrew women aren't like Egyptian women, for they are vigorous and give birth before the midwife comes to them." So the Most High God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very mighty, because the midwives feared the Most High God. He gave them families of their own. Pharaoh commanded all of his people and said, "You shall cast every son who is born into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive." Chapter 2. The birth of Moses. Now a man of the house of Levi went and took a daughter of Levi as his wife. The woman conceived and bore a son. When she saw that he was a very fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she took a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and with pitch. She put the child in it and laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. His sister stood at a distance to see what would be done to him. Pharaoh's daughter came down to bathe at the river. Her maidens walked along by the riverside. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female servant to get it. She opened it and saw the child, and behold, the baby cried. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Should I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for you?" Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." The young woman went and called the child's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." The woman took the child and nursed it. The child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses and said, "Because I drew him out of the water." Moses flees to Midian. In those days, when Moses had grown up, he went out to his brothers and saw their burdens. He saw an Egyptian striking a Hebrew, one of his brothers. He looked this way and that, and when he saw that there was no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. He went out the second day, and behold, 2 men of the Hebrews were fighting each other. He said to him who did the wrong, "Why do you strike your fellow?" He said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? And do you plan to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Moses was afraid and said, "Surely this thing is known." Now, when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and lived in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now, the priest of Midian had 7 daughters. They came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. The shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. When they came to Ruel, their father, he said, "How is it that you have returned so early today?" They said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and moreover, he drew water for us and watered the flock." He said to his daughters, "Where is he? And why is it that you have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." Moses was content to dwell with the man. He gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. She bore a son, and he named him Gershom, for he said, I have lived as a foreigner in a foreign land. In the course of those many days, the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed because of the bondage, and they cried. And their cry came up to the Most High God because of the bondage. The Most High God heard their groaning, and the Most High God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And the Most High God saw the children of Israel, and the Most High God was concerned about them. Chapter 3. Moses and the burning bush. Now, Moses was keeping the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the wilderness and came to the Most High's mountain, to Horeb. The Most High God's angel appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the middle of a bush. He looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Moses said, I will go now and see this great sight, and why the bush is not burned. When the Most High God saw that he came over to see, the Most High God called to him out of the middle of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. Moses said, Here I am. He said, Don't come close. Take off your sandals, for the place you are standing on is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the Most High God, the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at the Most High God. The Most High said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry because of the slave masters, for I know their sorrows. I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land, to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Now, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me. Moreover, I have seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Moses said to the Most High God, Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? He said, Certainly I will be with you. This will be the token to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve the Most High God on this mountain. Moses said to the Most High, Behold, when I come to the children of Israel and tell them, The God of your fathers has sent me to you. And they ask me, what is his name? What should I tell them? The Most High God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, you shall tell the children of Israel this, I am has sent me to you. The Most High God said moreover to Moses, you shall tell the children of Israel this, the Most High God, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial to all generations. Now go and gather the elders of Israel together and tell them, the Most High God, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, has appeared to me and said, I have surely visited you and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt to the land of the Canaanite, the Hittite, the Amorite, the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, to a land flowing with milk and honey. Oh, they will listen to your voice. You shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the king of Egypt, and you shall tell him, the Most High God, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. And now please, let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, so that we may sacrifice to the Most High our God. I know that the king of Egypt won't give you permission to go. No, not by a mighty hand. I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do among them. And after that, he shall let you go. I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it will happen that when you go, you shall not go empty-handed. But every woman shall ask of her neighbor and of her who visits her house jewels of silver, jewels of gold, and clothing. You shall put them on your sons and daughters. You shall plunder the Egyptians. Chapter 4. Signs for Moses. Moses answered, but behold, they will not believe me, nor listen to my voice, for they will say, the Most High God has not appeared to you. The Most High God said to him, what is that in your hand? He said, a rod. He said, throw it on the ground. He threw it on the ground, and it became a snake, and Moses ran away from it. The Most High God said to Moses, stretch out your hand and take it by the tail. He stretched out his hand and took hold of it, and it became a rod in his hand. This is so that they may believe that the Most High God, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you. The Most High God said furthermore to him, now put your hand inside your cloak. He put his hand inside his cloak, And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous, as white as snow. He said, "Put your hand inside your cloak again." He put his hand inside his cloak again, and when he took it out of his cloak, behold, it had turned again as his other flesh. It will happen if they will not believe you or listen to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. It will happen if they will not believe even these two signs or listen to your voice, that you shall take of the water of the river and pour it on the dry land. The water which you take out of the river will become blood. Moses said to the Most High God, "O Most High God, I am not eloquent, and neither before now nor since you have spoken to your servant, for I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue." The Most High God said to him, "Who made man's mouth? Or who makes one mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Isn't it I, the Most High God? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall speak." Moses said, "Oh, Most High God, please send someone else." The Most High's anger burned against Moses, and he said, "What about Aaron your brother, the Levite? I know that he can speak well. Also, behold, he is coming out to meet you, and when he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth. I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what you shall do. He will be your spokesman to the people. It will happen that he will be to you a mouth, and you will be to him as God. You shall take this rod in your hand, with which you shall do the signs." Moses returns to Egypt. Moses went and returned to Jethro, his father-in-law, and said to him, "Please let me go and return to my brothers who are in Egypt and see whether they are still alive." Jethro said to Moses, "Go in peace." The Most High God said to Moses and Midian, "Go, return into Egypt, for all the men who sought your life are dead." Moses took his wife and his sons and set them on a donkey, and he returned to the land of Egypt. Moses took the Most High God's rod in his hand. The Most High God said to Moses, "When you go back into Egypt, see that you do before Pharaoh all the wonders which I have put in your hand. But I will harden his heart, and he will not let the people go. You shall tell Pharaoh, the Most High says, Israel is my son, my firstborn, and I have said to you, let my son go, so that he may serve me, and you have refused to let him go. Behold, I will kill your firstborn son." On the way at a lodging place, the Most High God met Moses and wanted to kill him. Then Zipporah took a flint knife and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at his feet. And she said, Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me. So he let him alone. Then she said, you are a bridegroom of blood because of the circumcision. The Most High God said to Aaron, go into the wilderness to meet Moses. He went and met him on the Most High's mountain and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the Most High's words with which he had sent him and all the signs with which he had instructed him. Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. Aaron spoke all the words which the Most High God had spoken to Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people. The people believed, and when they heard that the Most High God had visited the children of Israel, and that he had seen their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshiped. Chapter 5. Bricks without straw. Afterward, Moses and Aaron came and said to Pharaoh, this is what the Most High God, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go, that they may hold a feast to me in the wilderness. Pharaoh said, who is the Most High God, that I should listen to his voice and let Israel go? I do not know the Most High God, and moreover, I will not let Israel go. They said, the God of the Hebrews has met with us. Please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Most High our God, lest he fall on us with pestilence or with the sword. The king of Egypt said to them, why do you, Moses and Aaron, take the people from their work? Get back to your burdens. Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land are now many, and you make them rest from their burdens. The same day, Pharaoh commanded the slave masters of the people and their officers and said, you shall no longer give the people straw to make brick as before. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. You shall require from them the same number of bricks which they made before. You shall not diminish anything of it, for they are idle. Therefore, they cry and say, let us go and sacrifice to our God. Let heavier work be laid on the men, that they may labor in it. And do not let them pay any attention to lying words. The slave masters of the people went out with their officers, and they spoke to the people and said, this is what Pharaoh says. Go yourselves, get straw where you can find it, for nothing of your work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble for straw. The slave masters were urgent and said, fulfill your work quota daily, as when there was straw. The officers of the children of Israel, whom Pharaoh's slave masters had set over them, were beaten and were asked, why haven't you fulfilled your quota both yesterday and today in making brick as before? Then the officers of the children of Israel came and cried to Pharaoh and said, why do you deal this way with your servants? No straw is given to your servants, and they tell us, make brick, and behold, your servants are beaten. But the fault is with your own people. Pharaoh said, you are idle, you are idle. Therefore you say, let us go and sacrifice to the Most High God. Go therefore now and work. No straw shall be given to you, yet you shall deliver the same number of bricks. The officers of the children of Israel saw that they were in trouble when it was said, you shall not diminish anything from your daily quota of bricks. They met Moses and Aaron, who stood along the way as they came out from Pharaoh. They said to them, may the Most High God look at you and judge, because you have made us a stench to be abhorred in the eyes of Pharaoh and his servants, and put a sword in their hand to kill us. Moses returned to the Most High and said, Most High God, why have you brought trouble on this people? Why is it that you have sent me? For since I came to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has brought trouble on this people. You have not rescued your people at all. Chapter 6. The Most High God said to Moses, now you shall see what I will do to Pharaoh, for by a strong hand he shall let them go, and by a strong hand he shall drive them out of his land. The Most High God spoke to Moses and said to him, I am the Most High God. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as the Most High God Almighty. But by my name, the Most High, I was not known to them. I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their travels in which they lived as aliens. Moreover, I have heard the groanings of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore, tell the children of Israel this: I am the Most High God, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with great judgments. I will take you to myself for a people. I will be your God, and you shall know that I am the Most High your God, who brings you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. I will bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for a heritage. I am the Most High God. Moses spoke so to the children of Israel, but they did not listen to Moses for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. The Most High God spoke to Moses and said, Go in, speak to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and tell him to let the children of Israel go out of his land. Moses spoke before the Most High God and said, Behold, the children of Israel have not listened to me. How then shall Pharaoh listen to me when I have uncircumcised lips? The family record of Moses and Aaron. The Most High God spoke to Moses and Aaron. and gave them a command to the children of Israel and to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. These are the heads of their fathers' houses. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanak, Palau, Hezron, and Carmi. These are the families of Reuben. The sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Jachin, Zoar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the families of Simeon. These are the names of the sons of Levi according to their generations: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershon, Libni and Shimi, according to their families. The sons of Kohath, Amram, Ishar, Hebron, and Uzziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. The sons of Merari, Mali and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to their generations. Amram took Jochebed, his father's sister, to himself as wife, and she bore him Aaron and Moses. The years of the life of Amram were 137 years. The sons of Ishar, Korah, Nepeg, and Zikri. The sons of Uzziel, Mishael, Elisaphan, and Sithri. Aaron took Elisheba, the daughter of Aminadab, the sister of Nashon, as his wife, and she bore him Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. The sons of Korah, Asir, Elkanah, and Abiasaph. These are the families of the Korahites. Eleazar, Aaron's son, took one of the daughters of Putiel as his wife, and she bore him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers' houses of the Levites according to their families. These are that Aaron and Moses, to whom the Most High said, "Bring the children of Israel from the land of Egypt according to their armies." These are those who spoke to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to bring out the children of Israel from Egypt. These are that Moses and Aaron. Aaron to speak for Moses. On the day when the Most High God spoke to Moses in the land of Egypt, the Most High God said to Moses, "I am the Most High God. Tell Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I tell you." Moses said before the Most High God, "Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, so how shall Pharaoh listen to me?" Chapter 7. The Most High God said to Moses, "Behold, I have made you as God to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. You shall speak all that I command you, and Aaron your brother shall speak to Pharaoh and tell him to let the children of Israel go out of his land. I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not listen to you. So I will lay my hand on Egypt and bring out my armies, my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. The Egyptians shall know that I am the Most High God when I stretch out my hand on Egypt and bring the children of Israel out from among them. Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Most High God commanded them, so they did. Moses was 80 years old and Aaron 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. Aaron's staff becomes a snake. The Most High God spoke to Moses and Aaron and said, "When Pharaoh speaks to you and says, 'Perform a miracle,' then you shall tell Aaron, 'Take your rod and cast it down before Pharaoh, and it will become a serpent.'" Moses and Aaron went in to Pharaoh, and they did so, just as the Most High God commanded them. Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called for the wise men and the sorcerers. They also, the magicians of Egypt, did the same thing with their enchantments. For they each cast down their rods, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not listen to them, just as the Most High God had spoken. The plague of blood. The Most High God said to Moses, "Pharaoh's heart is stubborn. He refuses to let the people go. Go to Pharaoh in the morning. Behold, he is going out to the water. You shall stand by the river's bank to meet him. You shall take the rod which is turned to a serpent in your hand. You shall tell him this: 'The Most High God, the God of the Hebrews, has sent me to you and said, let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. Behold, until now you have not listened. The Most High says, and this you shall know that I am the Most High God. Behold, I will strike with the rod that is in my hand on the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. The fish in the river will die, and the river will become foul. The Egyptians will loathe to drink water from the river. The Most High God said to Moses, tell Aaron, take your rod and stretch out your hand over the waters of Egypt, over their rivers, over their streams, and over their pools, and over all their ponds of water, that they may become blood. There will be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Most High God commanded them. And he lifted up the rod and struck the waters that were in the river, and the sight of Pharaoh and his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. The fish that were in the river died. The river became foul. The Egyptians could not drink the water from the river. The blood was throughout all the land of Egypt. The magicians of Egypt did the same thing with their enchantments. So Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not listen to them, just as the Most High God had spoken. Pharaoh turned and went into his house and did not even take this to heart. All the Egyptians dug around the river for water to drink, for they could not drink the river water. 7 days were fulfilled after the Most High God had struck the river. Chapter 8. The Plague of Frogs. The Most High God spoke to Moses. Go in to Pharaoh and tell him, this is what the Most High says. Let my people go, that they may serve me. If you refuse to let them go, behold, I will plague all your borders with frogs. The river will swarm with frogs, which will go up and come into your house and into your bedroom and on your bed and into the house of your servants and on your people and into your ovens and into your kneading troughs. The frogs shall come up both on you and on your people and on all your servants. The Most High God said to Moses, tell Aaron, stretch out your hand with your rod over the rivers, over the streams, and over the pools, and cause frogs to come up on the land of Egypt. So Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. The magicians did the same thing with their enchantments and brought up frogs on the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Most High God that he take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may sacrifice to the Most High God. Moses said to Pharaoh, I give you the honor of setting the time that I should pray for you and for your servants and your people, that the frogs be destroyed from you and your houses and remain in the river only. Pharaoh said, tomorrow. Moses said, let it be according to your word, that you may know that there is no one like the Most High our God. The frogs shall depart from you and from your houses and from your servants and from your people. They shall remain in the river only. Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried to the Most High concerning the frogs which he had brought on Pharaoh. The Most High God did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the courts, and out of the fields. They gathered them together in heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, he hardened his heart, and he did not listen to them, just as the Most High God had spoken it. The Most High God said to Moses, tell Aaron, stretch out your rod and strike the dust of the earth, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. They did so. And Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and struck the dust of the earth, and there was lice on man and on animal. All the dust of the earth became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. The magicians tried with their enchantments to produce lice, but they could not. There were lice on man and on animal. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, This is the Most High God's finger. But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not listen to them, just as the Most High God had spoken it. The plague of flies. The Most High God said to Moses, "Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Behold, when he comes out of the water, tell him this. This is what the Most High God says. Let my people go, that they may serve me. But if you will not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies on you, and on your servants, and on your people, and into your houses. The houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground they are on. I will set apart in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, to the end that you may know that I am the Most High God on the earth. I will put a division between my people and your people. This sign shall happen by tomorrow." The Most High God did so, and there came very grievous swarms of flies into the house of Pharaoh and into the house of his servants. And all the land of Egypt, the land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies. Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, "Go and sacrifice to the Most High your God in the land." Moses said, "It is not appropriate to do so, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Most High our God. If we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, won't they stone us to death? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Most High our God as he shall command us." Pharaoh said, "I will let you go, that you may sacrifice to the Most High your God in the wilderness. Only you shall not go very far away, and pray for me." Moses said, "Behold, I am going out from you, and I will pray to the Most High God that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, his servants, and his people tomorrow. Only don't let Pharaoh deal deceitfully anymore, not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Most High God." Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed to the Most High. The Most High God did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. Pharaoh hardened his heart this time also, and did not let the people go. Chapter 9. The Plague on Livestock. Then the Most High God said to Moses, "Go in to Pharaoh and tell him, this is what the Most High God, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if you refuse to let them go and hold them still, behold, the Most High God's hand is on your livestock which are in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, on the camels, on the herds, and on the flocks, with a very grievous pestilence. The Most High God will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt. And nothing shall die of all that belongs to the children of Israel. The Most High God appointed a set time and said, "Tomorrow the Most High God shall do this thing in the land." The Most High God did that thing on the next day, and all the livestock of Egypt died, but of the livestock of the children of Israel, not one died. Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not so much as one of the livestock of the Israelites dead. But the heart of Pharaoh was stubborn, and he did not let the people go. The plague of boils. The Most High God said to Moses and Aaron, "Take handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the sky in the sight of Pharaoh. It shall become small dust over all the land of Egypt, and shall be boils and blisters breaking out on man and on animal throughout all the land of Egypt." They took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward the sky, and it became boils and blisters breaking out on man and on animal. The magicians couldn't stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils were on the magicians and on all the Egyptians. The Most High God hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, just as the Most High God had spoken to Moses. The plague of hail. The Most High God said to Moses, "Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh, and tell him, this is what the Most High God, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go, that they may serve me. For this time I will send all my plagues against your heart, your officials, and your people, that you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth. For now I would have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with pestilence, and you would have been cut off from the earth. But indeed, for this cause I have made you stand, to show you my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. But because you still exalt yourself against my people and will not let them go, behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as has not been in Egypt since the day it was founded even until now. Now therefore command that all of your livestock and all that you have in the field be brought into shelter. The hail will come down on every man and animal that is found in the field and is not brought home, and they will die. Those who feared the Most High God's word among the servants of Pharaoh made their servants and their livestock flee into the houses. But whoever did not respect the Most High God's word left his servants and his livestock in the field. The Most High God said to Moses, "Stretch out your hand toward the sky, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, on man and on animal and on every herb of the field, throughout all the land of Egypt." Moses stretched out his rod toward the heavens, and the Most High God sent thunder and hail, and lightning flashed down to the earth. The Most High God rained hail on the land of Egypt. So there was very severe hail, and lightning mixed with the hail, such as had not been in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. The hail struck throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and animal. And the hail struck every herb of the field and broke every tree. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was no hail. Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron and said to them, I have sinned this time. The Most High God is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Pray to the Most High God, for there has been enough mighty thunderings and hail. I will let you go, and you shall stay no longer. Moses said to him, as soon as I have gone out of the city, I will spread out my hands to the Most High. The thunder shall cease, and there will not be any more hail, that you may know that the earth is the Most High's. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear the Most High God. The flax and the barley were struck, for the barley had ripened and the flax was blooming, but the wheat and the spelt were not struck, for they had not grown up. Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh and spread out his hands to the Most High. And the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured on the earth. When Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunders had ceased, he sinned yet more and hardened his heart, he and his servants. The heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the children of Israel go, just as the Most High God had spoken through Moses. Chapter 10. The Plague of Locust. The Most High God said to Moses, go in to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I may show these signs among them, and that you may tell in the hearing of your son and of your son's son what things I have done to Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that you may know that I am the Most High. Moses and Aaron went in to Pharaoh and said to him, this is what the Most High God, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Or else, if you will not let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your country, and they shall cover the surface of the earth, so that one won't be able to see it. They shall eat the residue of that which has escaped and remains to you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which grows for you out of the field. Your houses shall be filled, and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, as neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were on the earth to this day. He turned and went out from Pharaoh. Pharaoh's servant said to him, how long will this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Most High their God. Don't you know yet that Egypt is destroyed? Moses and Aaron were brought again to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go serve the Most High your God. But who are those who will go? Moses said, we will go with our young and with our old. We will go with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds. For we must hold a feast to the Most High. He said to them, may the Most High God be with you if I let you go with your little ones. See, evil is clearly before your faces. Not so. Go now, you who are men, and serve the Most High, for that is what you desire. Then they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. The Most High God said to Moses, stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt for the locust, that they may come up on the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail has left. Moses stretched out his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Most High God brought an east wind on the land all that day and all night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locust. The locust went up over all the land of Egypt and rested in all the borders of Egypt. They were very grievous. Before them there were no such locusts as they, nor will there ever be again. For they covered the surface of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they ate every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. There remained nothing green, either tree or herb of the field, throughout all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Most High your God and against you. Now therefore please forgive my sin again, and pray to the Most High your God that he may also take away from me this death. Moses went out from Pharaoh and prayed to the Most High. The Most High God sent an exceedingly strong west wind, which took up the locust and drove them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the borders of Egypt. But the Most High God hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go. The plague of darkness. The Most High God said to Moses, stretch out your hand toward the sky, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness that may be felt. Moses stretched out his hand toward the sky, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. They didn't see one another, and nobody rose from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Pharaoh called to Moses and said, go serve the Most High. Only let your flocks and herds stay behind. Let your little ones also go with you. Moses said, you must also give into our hand sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice to the Most High our God. Our livestock also shall go with us. Not a hoof shall be left behind, for of it we must take to serve the Most High our God. And we don't know with what we must serve the Most High until we get there. But the Most High God hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. Pharaoh said to him, get away from me. Be careful to see my face no more, for in the day you see my face, you shall die. Moses said, "You have spoken well. I will see your face again no more." Chapter 11. The plague on the firstborn. The Most High God said to Moses, "I will bring yet one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt, and afterwards he shall let you go. And when he lets you go, he will surely thrust you out altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man ask of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold." So the Most High God gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people. Moses said, "This is what the Most High God says. About midnight, I will go out into the middle of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne, to the firstborn of the female servant who is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of livestock. There will be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there has not been, nor will be again. But against any of the children of Israel, a dog won't even bark or move its tongue against man or animal, that you may know that the Most High God makes a distinction between the Egyptians and Israel. All these servants of yours will come down to me and bow themselves down and say, 'Get out with all the people who follow you.' And after that, I will go out." He went out from Pharaoh in hot anger. The Most High God said to Moses, "Pharaoh will not listen to you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt." Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, but the Most High God hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. The Passover and Festival of Unleavened Bread. The Most High God spoke to Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt and said, "This month shall be to you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak to all the congregation of Israel and tell them, on the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to their father's houses, a lamb for a household. And if the household is too little for a lamb, then he and his neighbor next to his house shall take one according to the number of the souls. You shall make your count for the lamb according to what everyone can eat. Your lamb shall be without defect, a male a year old. You shall take it from the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it at evening. They shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the lintel on the houses in which they shall eat. They shall eat the meat in that night, roasted with fire, with unleavened bread. They shall eat it with bitter herbs. Do not eat it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roast it with fire, with its head, its legs, and its inner parts. You shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. But that which remains of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. This is how you shall eat it. With your belt on your waist, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is the Most High God's Passover. For I will go through the land of Egypt in the night and will strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and animal. I will execute judgments against all the gods of Egypt. I am the Most High God. The blood shall be to you for a token on the houses where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt. This day shall be a memorial for you. You shall keep it as a feast to the Most High. You shall keep it as a feast throughout your generations by an ordinance forever. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall put away yeast out of your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. In the first day there shall be to you a holy convocation, and in the 7th day a holy convocation. No kind of work shall be done in them, except that which every man must eat. Only that may be done by you. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in the same day I have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore, you shall observe this day throughout your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. There shall be no yeast found in your houses for 7 days. For whoever eats that which is leavened, that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel. Whether he is a foreigner or one who is born in the land, you shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations you shall eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, "Draw out and take lambs according to your families, and kill the Passover. You shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until the morning, for the Most High God will pass through to strike the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood on the lintel and on the 2 doorposts, the Most High God will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to strike you. You shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. It shall happen when you have come to the land which the Most High God will give you as he promised, that you shall keep this service. It will happen when your children ask you, "What do you mean by this service?" that you shall say, "It is the sacrifice of the Most High God's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he struck the Egyptians and spared our houses." The people bowed their heads and worshipped. The children of Israel went and did so, just as the Most High God commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. At midnight, the Most High God struck all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sat on his throne, to the firstborn of the captive who was in the dungeon, to the firstborn of the livestock. Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. The Exodus. He called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, "Rise up, get out from among my people, both you and the children of Israel, and go serve the Most High God as you have said. Take both your flocks and your herds as you have said, and be gone and bless me too." The Egyptians were urgent with the people to send them out of the land in haste, for they said, "We are all dead men." The people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes on their shoulders. The children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they asked of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and clothing. The Most High God gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so they let them have what they asked, and they plundered the Egyptians. The children of Israel traveled from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, who were men in addition to children. A mixed multitude went up also with them, with flocks, herds, and even very much livestock. They baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought out of Egypt, for it wasn't leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and couldn't wait, and they had not prepared any food for themselves. Now the time that the children of Israel lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of 430 years, all the Most High God's armies went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed to the Most High God for bringing them up out of the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Most High God to be much observed by all the children of Israel throughout their generations. The ordinance of the Passover. The Most High God said to Moses and Aaron, "This is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat of it, but every manservant who is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then shall he eat it. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat it. It must be eaten in one house. You shall not carry any of the meat outside of the house. Do not break any of its bones. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. When a stranger lives as a foreigner with you and would like to keep the Passover to the Most High God, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. He shall be as one who is born in the land, but no uncircumcised person shall eat it. One law shall be to him who is born at home, and to the stranger who lives as a foreigner among you." All the children of Israel did so. As the Most High God commanded Moses and Aaron, so they did. That same day, the Most High God brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.